Here we go.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Yay, thank you. Well, I'm going to jump right into my PowerPoint because I've kind of designed this to help explain how it's all going to work and what inspired me to come up with this project. So, Kate, could you hit that button and we'll go to the beginning.
Yep.
So, yay. So the name of my project is Visions, Hopes, and Dreams.
It'll be just 1 second while it loads. There we are.
Yay. And so what I'm hoping for you all to do with me tonight is to create a pencil drawing. And this is going to be incorporated into a community vision board that will travel throughout the community. And I have visited several locations, and I'm going to still continue to do that into June, where I've been to some nursing homes and some community centers, and just trying to get lots of different community members to help me with this project. So if we could go to the next frame.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Thank you. Yeah, we skipped one.
Yep.
So last summer, yes, I guess it was last summer, right after the pandemic started that spring, I was driving down the road and there was this huge billboard, and all it had on it was Imagine. And of course that struck home to me because I love that song by John Lennon. I'm sure everybody knows it, but the lyrics encourages people to imagine a world where there weren't barriers or borders or divisions of religion or nationality. And so I thought it would be just wonderful to do some kind of project that kind of focused on what people imagine, how we could get to a place like that where we could think about world peace and people living peacefully together. So let's go to the next frame. So I wrote a grant. Oh, that's right. Jumping ahead. So I wrote this grant to the Minnesota State Arts Board, and they were offering grants to artists to stay connected to their communities during the pandemic. And so I came up with this idea that if I had everybody come to and do a little drawing and help me create this vision board. Now, probably most of you know what a vision board is, but it's a physical representation that we can look at and see with our eyes, and see these inspiring words in front of us to remind us what it is what our goals are, and so what we envision for our future, what we're going to commit to help bring on into the world. And it also reflects our hopes, our feelings of expectation, the desires for things to happen in the world, and our dreams, our cherished aspirations, our ambitions, our ideals. So what I plan to do is to have everyone do these little colored pencil drawings with their words, and I'll help you kind of focus on how we're going to get there. But and then I'm going to collage those all together on a 3-foot by 3-foot board. And then that board will travel around the community to these places where I've had people involved, these different facilities where people have donated their time to help me create this vision board, so they can see themselves as part of this project and see themselves entwined in the vision with the other community members. And so we'll go on to the next. So as you can see, this is some pieces that I started doing, and then this is how I'll go ahead and put them together in a big design. And then ultimately, after I create this piece, this 3-foot by 3-foot piece with your pieces in, then I will move on to creating in my studio a 6-foot by 6-foot mural. and it will be based on the inspiration that I gather from your words and your images that you help me with this project. So first, for us to begin today, we'll just click to the next. I want you all just to take a little time to quiet your minds. So if you would just close your eyes, take some breaths, just releasing all your thoughts. It's most important to just try to come into this at a relaxed place. Just feeling the breath coming in and out of the nose. I'm going to ask you a few questions, things I would like you to think about and visualize for yourself, your family, your community, visualizing what you see for the earth. Maybe out of the quiet, some thoughts come up. Now, as you open your eyes, in your packages, you'll find a piece of paper that has a big circle on it, and it has your life written on it in the circle. And kind of broke it down into these different areas, the different aspects of our life. We have our health, our mind, and our body, our relationships with each other, with the world around us, our passions, careers, our educations, our hobbies, the things that we do, our wealth, how we support ourselves, and ultimately our spirit, our breath. And so just thinking about this circle of life, your life, maybe you could draw little lines coming out of this, and like maybe some of these different areas like stick out to you more that you want to focus on. Maybe you're having some challenges, or you see the world having challenges, and I want you to think about what's a big affirmation, what's a big yes, and what do you want to move towards and imagine for yourself, and for, as I mentioned before, for yourself, for your community, your family, the earth. Go to the next. So just jot some ideas down on that paper around the circle, and be under some of those areas, things that are kind of coming up for you, things you want to focus on or want to share or try to inspire others. What would you love to see happen in the world? What is your hope? So I'll give you a little time to come write a few things down. And what we're looking for is just, not too many words, maybe just 3 or 4 at the most. Maybe just, one big word you want to focus on, but let it come from your heart. Let it swell up out of your mind. We'll stay here. So maybe some of you have already jotted some things down, and then on the other side of this piece of paper, you're going to see an image like this, where there's 2 triangles with a rectangle in the middle. And we're going to just begin with thinking about how to work with words in a space. Now, triangle is a little different kind of space. So as you can see, this little rectangle in the middle fits into that upper space. So there's some things to consider, but the most important is that you want to start with a word and be able to fit it into the space. Like most of us, we try to write something out, a big sign, we're going to do a sign, and then by the time you get to the end, you're going to squint your letters all together. So by running out of space. So we're going to do a little practice thing. So we'll click the next. And just by using this rectangle, I want you to think about using your name. And you know, this is just a practice thing. So just real quick little practice. Counting the letters of your name. So I just chose Mary, quite easy. 4 letters. So I could divide that space, that little rectangular space, into 4 slots, easy enough. It might be a little trickier if you have an odd number that you have to go for. But as you can see, once you kind of find a division of, by breaking up the space for how many letters, so this is, then you can kind of give yourself a little space on each of that line. So you have a little space between each letter. The next. So, of course, we're not going to do our names on these big triangles, but I just wanted to show you how you can like make block letters, skinny letters, have letters with more than one color. You can break out of that space, get fancy. So this is just some inspiration for you to think about how you can develop deeper tones with the colors and overlapping. But we'll talk about some techniques that you can use with your colored pencils. So I just want you to first think about that, how you're going to break up the space. And you can use the side of your can when we go to the triangles, and we'll click to the next. You can use the side of your can to use it as a ruler, since I don't have a ruler in your little package, but you'll find a pencil and an eraser. And so let's begin with that pencil and eraser, because once we get to the watercolor paper triangle, we're going to draw very lightly with the pencil. And this is some techniques that you can use, not only with your pencil, but when we get to the colored pencil, these are techniques that we use for developing value and what we call shading. So the first is hatching, where you're doing lots of little lines close to each other. And then the cross hatching is when you can even do this with 2 different colors, where your direction of line is one way, and then you come back and cross it over with lines going in an opposite direction to start building depth in your color. And then tonal is just as it's shading, where you can even just take your pencil and do little tiny little circles where you kind of stumble across your paper, just moving the pencil as you develop the color on your paper. So just you hold the pencil slightly at a slant so it's not pushing the pencil point down, and a little too much pressure can break the pencil off. And you have a little pencil sharpener in your bag to keep your pencils sharpened. And as we just build, creating contrast, we want a lot of contrast in these so they stand out, so people will see your words popping out. Contrast is the difference between light and dark. So let's jump on to the next one, Kate, thank you. So another thing we need to think about when we're fitting our words into the triangles, you can have the words where the point is down or the point is up. So maybe you want to think about what your words are. So as you can see, I am grateful, better with the I at the top, and because grateful was my larger word. You can have darker background and the words lighter. And so you want to think about what your words are and the orientation of your paper, your triangle. And, thinking about which letters will be darker or lighter. But most important, when you're working with your pencil, when we get to your triangles, it's very important to draw lightly with your pencil so you can erase those lines, if you need to move anything around. But once you get to your colored pencils, the colored pencils actually have wax in them, and they will stain the paper. So it's a lot harder to lift colored pencil off the watercolor paper once you apply it to the surface. Let's click to the next one. So how's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah, so are people still thinking about what words they're going to use? They got themselves a little phrase. Now, this is a place where I can just give you some examples of things that have been already drawn from people, and I'll just kind of read through this, inspire you, and words from other people have contributed. We have fellowship, imagine, bloom where you're planted, together we rise, learn, listen, and change, grow hope, earth justice, hope, love, and family, transparency, see, morals and integrity, be kind, listen with your heart, show love, kind to self, be compassionate, listening, bloom every day, happiness is a choice, dance every day, plant seeds of life, grace and mercy. So wonderful words that people have contributed so far. So I hope this can inspire some new words from you, words from your heart. So, and it's important just to kind of relax and enjoy the creation. Choose colors that you're drawn to. Practice on your paper where you're overlapping colors to create new colors. And just imagine that this is going to be seen from a distance as well as people can be able to get close to it. So you want to really kind of have some contrast where we have some light and dark, so those words pop out and people can read them clearly.
Excuse me.
So we'll jump to the next one, Kate. So I'm going to just let you have time where you can focus on developing your words and your pieces. And I'm here for anybody to ask questions. Feel free to. And so we can even pop out of the PowerPoint.
All right.
Yay!
There we are.
So thanks, guys. So how are we all doing? Do people have some thoughts about their sayings or their affirmations?
I'm having trouble choosing. I have too many words.
I know.
Well, that's good. You get that flow.
Yeah, but
The mind.
narrowing it down is the hard part.
I think I'm going to use acceptance.
Oh, that's a good one. Nobody's had put that word out there yet. That's a great word.
It's a lot of letters.
That's what's happened with mine. I thought of abundance,
Ah,
enough for all, but that's a big word, long word kind of.
Mary,
Yes?
the word I'd like to use is understanding
Well, that's a good word.
or understand.
Mhm.
Another big word. So I'm just kind of figuring out, how do you do that?
So, it doesn't have to stay in a line, and you can also like curve it and like,
I curved mine around the top.
right, yeah. I mean, like you have your point up, you could do a little arc and have your word drawn around it. But it's hard to see, but like this person, they actually have 4 different words. So if they did engage in a little circle here and
Probably got a little closer.
get closer, that's a good idea. So I can show you some samples of what other people have done. So, but she did, it was quite clever. And so she had one word at a curve, and heal in the corner, and engage went around in a little circle. But you could do something like that where the line, the word kind of has a shape of its own. Yeah. So, and then, think about maybe a little symbol to go with here. This little woman did grace, little woman. She was shorter than me, actually. Grace and mercy, but she did a little sunshine and a little vine with her hearts floating.
Right.
But check this one out, is just, that's a pretty big word.
Oh, that's a long one.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 letters. So it's just a matter of like, you can use that bigger space at the bottom, but her fellowship, she wanted her earth coming down. So that was a good approach for her.
So, Mary, you'll be able to work out regardless of if we have the words at the tip. I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't matter which way.
Right. I'll figure it out. That will be my my problem. Well, I kind of have to intervene and create some more to make it balanced out. But like here, I mean, I realize that some people's words are little, but I mean, she wanted to say this, bloom where you're planted. So, I mean, they're not really big words, but it's nice and bold and you can still read it clearly.
Yeah.
So, yay. So just have fun, you guys.
Fun.
Yeah. I got all fancy with my show love. So, you can get it even playful with your letters too, and they can take on their own shapes as well.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
and you don't have to finish it today. You can work on it a little longer because you have the supplies at home. And, but I will need these back because these packages, I'll get them back and clean them. And then I'm going to take them to the Village of Hope next week. So I would hope that you try to get them back into the co-op by Friday. And, if it's over the weekend, that's fine. But, and if you need me to come pick them up, just, I'm happy to help in any way. Just let Kate know. So, yay.
Cool. Fun.
Yes, thanks, guys. So, is there any more questions? Did you come up with something, Scott?
No, because I think there might be ethical implications.
Oh,
Oh, God.
you lost me on that.
Well, if you and I were to agree that I could document what you were doing, I don't want to influence it too much.
I would still love the words in your heart.
I promise we'll have some great conversations.
Okay, great. Okay.
I'm going to mute again.
Okay. Hey, how about you, Jessica? You got something for me?
I'm trying to think of what the saying is, but it's like like we all grow differently. I've been saying that a lot. I think that's good, but it's like too many words. But I'm trying to remember what it is.
We're like individuals. We're individuals.
Right. But
Yeah.
I think growth is good.
What is?
Growth.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's a good word.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking that and probably like gardening stuff and
Oh, yeah.
how big will the triangles be? Will
Okay,
they
so
be the size?
that is the triangle right there. That's the size that your piece will be.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's actually a hot press watercolor paper. And so it's nice and smooth versus some cold press watercolor paper has a lot more texture and it's a little harder to get the colors blended. But yeah, if you could work with that and just draw lightly with your pencil so you can easily erase and move things around if you need to. And then, you know, I just encourage you to do some nice deep colors, like build up your colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna overthink it, so I can't do it yet.
You're allowed. So is this your mom over here on the number one?
I believe so. Or
Okay.
Yes, that's me.
Louise? Hey, hi.
Come in.
Lois?
Hi.
Sorry. Hi, I'm glad you can join us. Do you,
Well, I am at my grandson's match here, so I couldn't get my computer to work, and that's why I'm doing it on the phone.
okay. Well, try multitasking. That's awesome.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, grandmas. That's
My problem.
Your problem?
Well, my problem is what I wanted to put down is way too much for what you want. Because in thinking about this, I had come up with cross-cultural communication, but that's way too wordy.
Maybe.
Well, I bet you could fit it in there. I mean, you'd be surprised what people were able to get in there. Like this person, every day is a dance party.
Okay.
But
I'll work on it then.
yeah, you know, that's why. Yeah, you can have that practice piece of paper, practice on the triangles, on the scrap paper. And I don't need those papers back. I just need your supplies and your triangles. But yeah, I mean, and if you think about it, cross-cultural communication. Yeah, that's beautiful. So
Yeah, I think you ought to hang with that. Stick with that.
yeah, we need that. We need that.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. So yeah, you guys take as much time as you need, but not longer than this week. So.
Well, thank you very much for doing this.
Oh, I appreciate that you guys are able to help me because I want everybody's voices. I want lots of diversity in the voices, and I think that we all need, coming out of the pandemic, some new visions for ways that we can get closer and be more supportive with each other and a stronger community.
Where do you
I would like to say thank you too, Mary.
How do you want people to get these to you, Mary?
Bring them to the co-op, the Kate,
Oh,
Yep.
back in the drug department.
Yep.
I mean, not the drug, what is
The drug department. There's a drug department to go?
Education desk, and it's at the back of the store, or just ask for Kate. You know, they'll know where to get it to me.
Yeah. And I
Is-
Mary,
too.
Yep, and
Yeah.
or the front desk.
Or the front desk even. Yeah.
do you want our names on the back?
You know, it's not necessary, but
Okay.
if you want to do your little initial into the work bars, you're welcome to. It's a little hard to see everybody's names in these, but yeah, and I did include an evaluation because that's the state of Minnesota wants to know that I'm doing a good job. So only be honest. So you don't have to put your names on those. But
Is Saturday early
Harmony
enough,
too.
Mary?
sure, Saturday's fine.
Cool.
I'll just plan on picking everything up on Sunday.
Okay.
And then,
Perfect.
Okay.
you can tell me where I find it on Sunday. Yeah, we'll figure that out. And so then you can have into the weekend too to get it back. That gives me plenty of time before Wednesday.
Cool.
Yay.
So
Thanks, Mary.
You're so
if
welcome, Leanne. Thank you.
All right.
if someone like couldn't make it today, could they still like make one if they had a kit?
Oh.
Or
Yes, actually, we had several kits still. So,
Yep.
but
There's a couple little takeout art kits. so-
take out art kits, yes. So, yeah, I'd appreciate some more people contributing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you know somebody that, because actually Kate is recording this, and so they could go to the YouTube channel for the co-op and watch the video and
Mhm.
kind of see
Oh,
the
sweet.
PowerPoint.
Yep.
Yeah. Good work, Kate.
Thank you.
Cool.
Well, okay. Does anybody need me?
Of course, we need you.
Thank you, Carrie.
I realize I'm gonna do abundance,
Oh, nice,
Ooh.
Nancy.
but, well, I don't know what this is gonna be, but it has the word dance in it, so now I have to have dancers or something.
Oh, of
Oh.
course you do. That's a great word. I love that word.
It is.
Yeah, I forgot to have dance in it. One of my favorite things to do.
I knew you'd like it.
Dance on. Yay.
Yeah. Enough for everyone. Abundance.
Yes. Yes.
Good word.
Love it. Awesome. Well, I have one more little section on my PowerPoint to show you.
All right.
And I'm gonna let Kate do
Places
that
on-
business.
Doing the screen share.
Oh, so, yeah, and then the next one. Oh,
There we go.
yeah, so just imagine yourself as this piece that's gonna keep growing and growing into a 3 foot, eventually 6 foot
Cool.
by 6 foot. And so it might not be exactly the way you draw, but I'll try to bring everybody's visions and their words into the piece. And then one more. So thank you, everyone, for being part of this. This is something Joe Biden said. I was like, yay, I love it. Unity, the path forward. I appreciate everybody being part of this vision. Thank you.
When's the final project due to be done on the wall?
This year,
Ah. Before the snow falls?
I would hope so. I'd hate to be hanging that mural in the winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah,
Can
awesome.
we sign off?
Yes, you sure can. I appreciate everybody taking part in this. I'm looking forward to seeing what you come up with. Yay.
I'm excited.
Me too.
Thank you all so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us. Thank you for everybody who's hung in there during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Yep, this has been really great. So thank you from Harmony Co-op and from myself, Kate.
Hey, look
Really
at us.
excited.
We don't have masks on.
Yeah. Yay! We're vaccinated. We can hug.
Cool.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a
Thank
good
you all
evening.
so much. Happy summer.
Happy summer. Ah,
If
summer.
I can figure out how to get out.
We're good.
Let's get through spring before summer. Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
All right. I'm gonna hit end. Bye, Terry. Thank you.